team or just catching up with friends online. Resilience is about staying authentic and engaging no matter what is the platform. So let's lean into the fun challenges of this format. Feel free to use the reactions as much as you can, the thumbs up, the laughs, the hearts, so you can spread some energy in the virtual world. And don't forget to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Unless, of course, you have in the background some sounds and you have to bring it down. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. And I hope everybody enjoys. Thank you so much. Back to you, Rico.
Thank you, Vlad, for that insightful speech. What a speech Vlad gives. So now this meeting wouldn't have been possible without the effort put in by at the back end, behind the scenes, by our appointment holders. Can we have the slide for the appointment holders? So these are the people who have really contributed behind the scenes to make this meeting happen. Our VP, Sarvananan, VPM, Ipvai Leong, SA Chandar Gupta, TTM, Sahil Sharma, Timer, Kala Chiang, Accounter, Weng Tak Wong, and photographer, Sumitra Mohanraj, and of course, yours truly. So a big round of applause and comments and encouragement to these people on the chat, please. Without them, this meeting would not have been possible. Thank you very much to all these appointment holders. We really appreciate your effort. Now we move on to the next segment, which is the prepared speeches. So prepared speeches, there are two kinds of prepared speeches that we have today with 7 speakers. There's one speech, which is an icebreaker. Now, icebreaker is the first speech ever in Toastmasters, and that is something which is really, really special. And we also have 5 to 7 minute speeches. Those are the 6 speeches which are there. So we are going to be beginning with an introduction to our timer. Our timer is going to be giving us an introduction of what are the duration of the various speeches. So over to Kala to give us detail about the timing. Hi, Kala.
Hi. Greetings, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards that you will see on my background later, which denote specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. For icebreaker speeches, it should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5, I will raise the yellow. And at 6, I will raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow. And at 7, I will raise the red card. For the individual evaluations, it should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. So thank you, Mr. Toastmasters. Back to you.
Kala, can you just show us how the background would change to?
Okay, so it will look like this. Green, so you see it at my background, yellow and red.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kala.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So our next speaker is doing her pathway presentation mastery level 2. And her speech title is Peak. And may I call upon her evaluator, Sonali Bhattacharya, to just give us an introduction of her project title and project objective.
I thank you, Rico. The purpose of Nadine's speech is for her to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and for her to share some aspects of a previous experience as a protege. All the best, Nadine. Looking forward to your speech.
Thank you so much, Sonali. So Nadine's big stage debut was at 6, and that was as a dog. Her first unforgettable line was woof woof. And just like that, a star was born and is now unleashed to this world. Over to you, Nadine, and best of luck for your speech.
Thank you, Rico. Thank you, everybody, and good evening, President, Toastmaster, fellow guests. So, stop. You need to stop now. Please speak. I feel devastated. I feel sad and lost. 8 weeks. It's been 8 weeks now since my dad talked to me and even looked at me. Everything happened one morning at home when I resisted a simple request from my dad to wash 25 dishes. I was 14, in my room, putting my headphone with music and getting ready to go see my friends. And I didn't expect somebody knocking on the door. It was my dad. Nadine, come, wash the dishes. We have 25 guests coming. What? Nobody told me about the guests. And from nowhere now, I have to go wash 25 dishes? This news came like a cold water balloon on my head and splashed me, leaving me overwhelmed and angry. I had other plans. I wanted to see my friends. So I snapped at my dad and I told him, I'm not washing these dishes myself. I'm going to see my friend. And I turned around without giving him the chance to even react or answer. Little did I know that what I just did was a turning point between my relationship with my dad. But you have been 14-year-old, you audience speakers, do you remember when you were a teenager? Did you ever said no to your parent request? At least one time? How did they react? Well, for me, it went very bad. He stopped talking to me, and for months, my dad gave me the silent treatment. And I can tell you, it's very painful. More than words can say. I want to fix it up. I went to apologize so many times. I followed him everywhere and begged him, please speak. Speak to me, please. I'm sorry. But it didn't work. He didn't speak to me. I went to my aunt, his favorite sister. Maybe she will ease him up and talk to him on my behalf. But it didn't work neither. I was devastated. Well, eventually, 3 months later, he came talk to me, but it was never the same. You know, every time he felt unhappy with a move, with something I said, he closed back again and stopped talking to me for weeks and months. Do you imagine how hard this on me? I looked at his agenda every time in evening to see when is his walking time, because he liked to walk in evening. So I tried to tag next to him and try to have 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. Speak to me, please, Dad. Sorry, I'm sorry. But I was exhausted of doing this kind of stuff and humiliated. So something over the years, I started struggling, a struggle that stopped me from being able to express myself. Every time I have to talk, I look at my move. What do I say? At school, I never want to participate or raise my hand because I was scared that if I talk, I may lose relationship. I may be rejected again. And guess what? When I grew up, what kind of jobs I took? My career was all about choosing back office jobs behind the screen, Luckily, I had the opportunity from time to time to do a presentation or talk to a client or like arrange a training for the team, and I excelled in this. It was very joyful for me. It's like another Nadine wanted to go out from her body and express herself. And this is where I connected the dots. I cannot do it anymore. I have now to change. So I resigned from my job and I decided to focus on public speaking. And this is when I met Toastmaster Club of Singapore. It gave me this platform to talk freely in a safe and nurturing, supporting environment. And you know what's the best? The cherry on top? They assigned me a mentor, a person who would follow me every step. And whenever I had doubting myself, my story, my speech, the mentor will be here. For the first time, this person pushed me out of my limits and my fears to speak up and talk. She reviewed with me my speeches, my structure, my body language, my voice, name it. I found back the confidence. And I did few speeches that I'm proud of and I love. And finally, I connected with a personality and a skill that I love to have but never embraced well. Well, my message for you is very simple tonight. Look inside yourself. Find this power to speak and break your limiting beliefs, but not alone, with your mentor who will help you to shine. Toastmaster, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be on stage and empowering others. And you know, today I speak with my dad, even though sometimes he decides to remain silent. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Nadine. What an inspiring speech you gave. Mentors can help you shine. So, yeah, that's what our Toastmasters mentors do. They help our speakers, evaluators to shine on stage, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well done. Well done, Nadine. Fantastic speech. Thank you so much. So, our next speaker is on the pathway Visionary Communication Level 2. Project Understanding Your Leadership Style. And her speech title is Build a Winning Team. Did you know the name Joan originated from New Zealand and it means cool? That's what Joan discovered here at TMCS. Thanks to Irina, her evaluator today. So may I call upon Irina Ishvali, her evaluator, to give us the project objective, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. So the purpose of the project for Joanne is to identify her primary leadership style and also to share some aspects of her primary leadership style in general. All the best, Joanne. Enjoy your speech.
Thank you, Irina. So over to you, Joven.
Hey, Rico, yes, I would need the share screen access.
Okay, please give the share screen access to Joven. And also, Joven, are you able to look at the timer, please? Please confirm.
Yes.
Hala. Perfect.
The host has to make her co-host.
Lynn, can you make Joven the co-host?
Done. Joanne, can you?
Okay, let me try. Allow, okay, allow multiple, okay. And give me a moment. Okay. Fit this. One moment to sort this out. Okay. Oops. Okay, good. Can you guys see my screen okay?
We can. We can see your.
Okay. Awesome. Imagine you are in a championship locker room, just like the image. Players huddled together with a shared focus, energy pulsing through the air as they prepare to step into their playing field. This is what a winning team looks like. But what is the underlying force that cultivates such synergy? Well, I would like to say that the answer lies in their leadership. Good evening, Mr. President, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Tonight, let's explore some leadership styles and their impact on team dynamics. Whether you're from a corporate or community group like TMCS, would you agree that the leadership can make or break the team? Now, let's dive into 3 distinct leadership styles by examining 3 modern-day leaders. What comes to mind when you think about the commander? Someone who's assertive, makes quick decisions, and expects immediate compliance. Type in the chat box. Think about the recent event that happened in the US. Right, I don't think I can see any chats. Okay, so I'm thinking if I do a share screen. Oh, yes. Okay, yep. Technical glitch. Yes, indeed. It is President Donald Trump. In his 1 week of taking office, he has made not 1, not 2, but 8 executive orders, ranging from WHO exit to DEI and TikTok ban. All this to honor his promise of making America great again. Trump's directive approach allows swift action and immediate outcomes, but also draws criticism for bypassing traditional processes and limiting the input from others. This reminded me, 2 years ago, I reported to a vice president who loved control and micromanage every single thing. While she gave clear directions to us what she wanted, none of the team members felt that we had a voice that mattered. So we ended up not speaking up. Thankfully, after 1 year, we restructured and got to a better place. In my opinion, commanding leadership works well in crisis, but it needs balance to maintain the team morale. Now, number 2, let's explore the democratic leadership style. Who comes to mind? Yes, former democratic leadership, former US President Barack Obama. He is my favorite charismatic guy. Democratic leaders emphasize on collaboration and participation in decision-making, and this empowers individuals to contribute their opinions. How many of you here still remember Obamacare? Before legislating this nationwide insurance, he engaged various members of the Congress, healthcare professionals, and citizens in a dialogue. By allowing diverse input, he created a sense of shared responsibility for the policy, despite his challenges faced during the implementation. Now think of a group project you were on where every member contributed input. Did you feel more included, engaged, and committed to the outcome? Lastly, we have transformational leadership. Think iPad, think MacBook. Who comes to your mind? You're right. Steve Jobs. People who worked for Jobs said he was constantly challenging everyone to think beyond and above what they had accomplished, that he always pushed and wanted more. And so you have the result. A visionary leader who had inspired Apple employees to make groundbreaking innovations that changed the world of you and I today. Jobs' leadership style wasn't just about assigning tasks. It was about rallying people around a shared dream, a sense of purpose. Have you had a mentor, coach, or boss who saw your potential and inspired you or your team to be a better version of yourself? Now, as I evaluate my current job as a digital transformation leader, I recognize that my leadership style is a blend of Steve Jobs and Obama. Why do I say so? Well, I may not have Steve's vision or Obama's charisma, but I always strive for growth and empowerment. I constantly encourage my team to think more, to speak up more, and to do more. Because I believe that my role as a leader is to inspire each of my members to find their own answers, to discover their unique strengths, and to shine in their own way. However, adaptability is key. There are times when my junior member is seeking guidance or our deadlines are looming. That's when I have to adopt a commanding approach. Take charge and get things done. Now, let's return to our championship locker room. Energy, the focus, the unity. All of it stems from a leader who knows how to bring out the best in their team, balancing decisiveness, collaboration, and inspiration. So whether or not you are in the boardroom or community, think about how you adapt your style to each of your team members. Turn their potential into success and build your own winning team. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, John. What insight on various leadership. So your favorite style is a combination of transformational and democratic of Obama and Steve Jobs. And I can share, I have similar thought process on leadership. So amazing, fantastic insights, Joan. Thank you for your speech. So our next speaker is on a pathway of persuasive influence, level 1. And his project is on introduction to vocal variety and body language. The speech is getting deported. Our next speaker will share with us his experience when his colleagues were deported. And Vinod shares that he has a creative mind which kicks in when it's not required, but fails to activate when it's truly required. Amazing. Now we have his evaluator, Anjali Grover. Can we have Anjali on the screen, please? Anjali Grover, to let us know what is his project purpose and objective.
Hi, good evening, everybody. So the project objective of Vinod's speech today is to spend time learning about and practicing his body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, along with his vocal variety, including pace, tone, pitch, and volume. And about his speech, the member should present a well-organized speech on any topic. You have to be aware, Vinod has to be aware of the intentional and unintentional movement and body languages. And the speech may be humorous or informative or whatever style the member chooses. So basically, all in all, this speech is about use of body language and vocal variety. So all the best, Vinod.
Thank you, Anjali.
Thank you so much, Anjali. So Vinod, over to you. Getting deported. Vinod, over to you.
Thank you, Rico. A couple of months back, I was filling the business visa form to travel to Jakarta, Indonesia. Have you ever been deported from a country? This question in the form triggered me. Good Monday evening, fellow Toastmasters. Let me narrate an experience of how I was close to getting deported from Jakarta, Indonesia 8 years back. It was around 2017 and 18. I was just out of college, highly ambitious young guy, a high risk taker. I was part of India Development Center of a Singapore tech startup. The India Development Center, which I mentioned, was just started few months back, and we had all the necessities to prove our site's importance in terms of both quality and quantity of our work. We got a project for which we had to travel to Jakarta to meet our users. As mentioned, we were a young team which wanted to prove its importance. So to move things faster, we decided to travel to Jakarta the very next day. We landed at Jakarta airport the very next day night, stood the long immigration queue to get our visas. We all got our visa on arrival. We got our cabs, reached back our hotels. We had a very good night's sleep. From the next day morning, we were all firing. A young collaborating team, highly motivated, inching towards the project finish line. To chill and have a good weekend, we traveled to Bali over the weekend. The beautiful Bali. And for a team which worked really hard over the past week, the gateway at Bali gave us all the energy to push things forward for the next week. We came back to Jakarta with a full of energy. And from the next day, the Monday, we were back to business. We were 5 people. Myself and a back-end engineer, we were sitting on the 3rd story of a building. 2 other Android engineers were sitting, who were helping to build the apps, were sitting on the 5th story of a building. Our product manager, the 5th person, he was all around the building, meeting people, meeting the stakeholders and getting into alignments for our team. One fine noon, this product manager came rushing to us and said, "We have an emergency. We have to get out of the building." We were sitting in a relaxed manner and asked him, why? He was anxious. And in an anxious tone, he literally shouted at us, "We have an emergency. We have to get out of the building. We have a problem with our visas." We got a bit of anxiety from him. We got it. And the whole office was looking at us. And we started to obey his order like a robot. Panickingly, we stood up from our chair, picked the bags from our left hand, used my right hand to take the laptop charger along with the adapter, picked my laptop, dumped it in the bag. 3, 2, 1. We were out of the building. I could sometimes relive those moments. While we were on the elevator, we understood from our product manager that the 2 other Android engineers who were sitting on the 5th story got deported because of invalid visa reasons. We were all safe. The company arranged for our travel back the same day night. Apparently, the definition of what's included in a business travel under the visa on arrival terms and conditions for Jakarta, for Indonesia, at that time was not very clear. For those 2 people who got deported, it's a stamp on their passport. And for all of us together, it's still a memory which we hold. Thank God, whenever I fill a visa application form and see this question, have you ever been deported from a country? Yeah, I still recollect those memories sometime. Thank God it's still a checkbox. Else, I might write, I was just 2 stories away from getting deported. Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Vinod. What a exciting story, and something which is, even if one thinks about it, it's something which is so stressful, painful. I think it is something, it really, it makes you worry about, people who might be going through it. What do you say?
It's definitely was a stressful event. Yeah, as I mentioned, sometimes I relive those moments.
Yeah.
And I think for most of the people, it will be stressful.
Yeah, but I think there's always learning from all the adversity that you go through, right? It makes you stronger.
Yeah, and it's a learning. This time when I traveled with a business visa. Definitely I know.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your exciting and insightful speech, Vinod. Thank you so much. Our next speaker, her pathway is engaging humor, level 3. Her project is engaging your audience with humor. Her speech title is Ghosted to Posted. Anita is an old member of TMCS and is a damn serious. She's damn serious about her third pathway. Engaging humor pathway, as she continues her attempts to try and be seriously funny. And she says it's really hard for her. Let's see. Now, we'll also call upon her evaluator to tell us her project objective, Edith Ford. Can we have Edith, please?
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of this project is very interesting for the member to apply her understanding of social media to enhance an established or new social media presence. I'm looking forward to this speech, Anita. Good luck.
Thank you, Edith. So, Anita, ghosted to posted. Anita Nair.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you have a look at the timer? Can you see the timer?
Yeah.
You can. Perfect. The one who has raised the hand.
Yep.
Carl. Perfect. Over to you.
Have you ever posted something on social media and waited and waited and got 0 likes? I can imagine the pain, guys, because I have gone through it, not once, but on many occasions. And it pains. And the pain is not virtual, it's real. Good evening, Toastmaster evening members and guests. For those of you who have been born around 2000s, we all know how life was before and after. Well, the big difference was social media. I was in the previous era, and I have literally seen the transformation and been part of the transformation. And today I'm going to be sharing my journey of building a social media presence. I started off, my first phase was more about trying to figure out and explore the whole situation. I was naive. I thought social media is the real world. I remember 20 years back, very excited and opening a Facebook account. And I posted on something related to a nice nature walk that I had that morning. And I was so happy. I posted the rising sun and the greenery. And I was hoping that people will, well, like my post. I got 0 likes. Well, I don't blame anyone at that point of time because I didn't have any followers. I just had one follower, my husband, who also didn't like me. I mean, sorry, he liked me, but he didn't like me on Facebook post. So I was very, very sad. And I took it personally. And it didn't happen once, it happened many times. Then I moved on to the second phase, which is more a realization of what is this whole thing about? The good, the bad, the ugly. And as I went through various social media platforms, I realized there are typically two sets of people. One set who are actually busy doing a talent show. So some are dancing, some are acting, some are, trying to show off. And it's all great. But then you start wondering, who the hell am I? I don't even know anything. And the second set of people, well, they are part of a fairyland. They have the most exotic vacations. They just travel and enjoy life, and they look so beautiful at all times. Well, it was only later on that my daughter told me that, Mama, those are nothing but FFAs. FFAs? Yes, filters, fillers, and angles. And if you have all of that, you do good. So that was my journey into social media. As I mentioned, the first phase was more about, trying to figure out, getting ghosted. And then the second phase was more about exploration. And then calamity struck. I lost my job. And I was new to the country. I had no connections except for those in my company. And I was lost. And that's when someone told me, have you tried LinkedIn? I mean, I must admit, guys, initially I thought LinkedIn was just like Facebook for grown-ups. Just that they kept posting about, their work achievements and all of that, and just busy connecting with people. I didn't have a choice. I just got up in the morning every day, polished my resume, put on all my achievements, made the connections, and just tried to get myself out there and get a job. And luckily so. Within 6 months, I did manage to get a job with a referral. And that's when I realized the power of social media, in this case, LinkedIn. Eventually, over time, I moved to my third phase, which is a phase of finding your fine balance. After 20 over years of being in social media, various platforms, I eventually realized that there is a lot happening here. But is it all real? Are people sharing what they actually want to share, which is the real self? Are they authentic, or they are oversharing? There was a lot of confusion in my mind. And eventually I realized, well, there would be a lot of truth, but you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Eventually, I realized it is a fine balance that one has to maintain as you go through this digital media and the digital jungle. It is very important for us to have that. It's like a delicate dance. We need to see how to have that balance of not consuming too much of wrong information, because it could lead to a lot of harm, mental well-being issues, trolling. The list is endless. So friends, wherever you are in your digital journey, whether you're or you're posting like I did, trying to share my experiences, you have to decide, how do I find my balance? What do I consume? What is it that I can try and focus on? Because there's so much of information there that you might actually get lost. Remember, it's a powerful tool. It's a tool, but it's not a tool which is measuring your worth. You have to decide where to draw the line. So friends, my recommendation to you is be digitally bold, do what it takes, but you be in control. Over to you.
Thank you, Anita. Be digitally bold, which is the theme of today's meeting. What a fantastic speech. And social media doesn't define you, and you have to dictate your terms. Very insightful, Anita. Wonderful speech. Thank you so much. So our next speaker is at a pathway visionary communication level 1 project, visionary communication. Speech title: Lessons from My Artistic Pursuits. Our next speaker is a multi-talented queen of chaos who is still figuring out when not making art, music, or messes. She's making excuses for being late. Please welcome Sumitra Mohanraj. But before that, may I call upon DJ Dhananjay Sharma, her evaluator, to give us the project objective, please. Can we have DJ online? On screen?
Hello, everyone. Can everyone see me?
Can we spotlight? Yep, we can see you.
Awesome. So the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. All the best, Sumitra.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you.
So, lessons from my artistic pursuits. Sumitra Mahajan, over to you.
A very happy new year to you all. Wangsi Fachai. I'm here to talk about my pursuit of learning various art forms and the continuous journey that has taught me things that go beyond the art itself. When I talk about my passion for art, I have to mention this. I've done my bachelor's degree in optometry, but I hardly worked only for 2 years. And that doesn't bother me at all. But when it comes to the fact that I learned Indian classical dance for 6 years and didn't pursue it further after my childhood, really makes me feel very sad. Of course, feeling sad is just a symptom. The cause is the passion for my art, passion for art. So I decided to pursue art the very tender age of 42. Yeah, my knee was already tender. I just seized this opportunity of online classes that post-COVID world has given us and started learning online through online classes. I did use mobile app to learn instruments like ukulele, which I eventually replaced with guitar. Greedy, you see. Was it a smooth sailing? No, not at all. I had a lot of pitfalls. But in spite of all the shortcomings, I still continue learning. It's not an easy job because I do have my own issues to learn things. I have my own time limits for how much I can spend time for my own learning purpose at this age. First, I want to let you know about my self-taught art form, which is painting. Initially, my painting was so amateurish that people who saw my painting thought they were done by my children and they congratulated them. Was I disheartened? No. My inner child always wanted to paint. I still continue painting, and patience and with perseverance and patience, I'm getting better. I always follow these words of Maya Angelou. You do the best until you get better. And when you know better, do better. That's why I'm just pursuing my painting, irrespective of how good I am. I just enjoy this journey. Am I really looking for something to be achieved? No. My main purpose is to understand the patience and perseverance it takes to do a painting, which helps me to calm down at the busy day that I have, in the busy day I have. Apart from that, if I'm going to talk about my music journey, I've been learning vocals and also instruments. When it comes to vocal lessons, there are times when I really feel frustrated and want to give up. But my teacher always say, the only way to get better is to keep practicing, though you don't feel like it. I just continue my journey in spite of the fact that I'm not a great singer either, but I just love music. Lastly, the very important passion of my life is dance. Dancing isn't easy, especially with my chronic ailment that I have. I'm a person who has autoimmune disorder. Autoimmune disorder actually makes me feel so weak at the end of the day, or sometimes I wake up with a lot of muscle pain and stuff like that. There are days I wake up to tell myself that today I'm not going to attend the class. But what I realized, with my passion in my heart, though the body was aching, I used to start dancing with all the pain. What I realized, eventually my pain melted away. Why? What was happening? Then I realized the main reason is autoimmune disorder flares up when you have psychological issues like stress, anxiety, or depression. With dancing, I was having this inner joy, which was immeasurable, which actually took off my autoimmune disorder from me. I'm still having that, but the symptoms are so mild. That's when I realized that actually I'm having this catharsis effect with all these art forms that I'm practicing. I'm able to let down all my emotions through these art forms. And just like the Greek way, catharsis is used for cleansing and purifying a soul. I feel my emotions are being expressed through the art forms that I'm practicing. Apart from all this, the main art I'm learning at present is public speaking. For a person who has been not in the workforce for the past 25 years as a stay-at-home mom and who don't talk in English regularly, this is really difficult to do a public speaking in a language which I don't communicate generally. But I still want to do it. What I realized in this journey for the past 1 month is, for a person, any art form, a person who is very good in it, they might feel it's very easy for them. But for a beginner, for a learner, it's going to be tough. I find it like a fish out of water situation. This thing made me to realize a great deal. It's about my son. My elder son was special need. What I realized is things that are very normal for neurotypical individuals seems to be so tough on the people with special need. This great realization made me to treat him with more of empathy than before. And I started showing more of patience, understanding, which leads to a good communication between us. Moreover, I started using art therapy for him, which helps him to communicate and connect with him. More than us, they need their emotions to be shown in a way. In this path, I realized that art can be actually a connection between us and those type of individuals with special needs, which will make their life better. In fact, what I realized, more than us, they have a lot of strength in expressing themselves through art forms. And that's made a lot of difference in my life. Apart from this, what I like to do is I want to encourage people around me to pursue any type of art form they can, so that they can understand more about themselves and the world around them. I want to finish with the word of Vincent van Gogh, the great artist. If there is a voice inside you which says you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and the voice inside you will be silenced. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Sumitra, for your such an inspiring speech that you just gave, which is on your music journey. And the learnings that we get is enjoy your journey, never give up, and perseverance. So that is something which we, learn from your story. So thank you so much for sharing, Sumitra.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So our next speaker is on a pathway, Visionary Communication, Level 1. Project Evaluation and Feedback. Speech title, Hierarchy of Needs for Social Media. He has joined Toastmaster not to master public speaking, but honestly, to enjoy the free food at TMCS. Little did he know that he would get so addicted not to the snacks, but to the stage. Please welcome Nini Tun. And may I also call upon his evaluator, Sarah, on the screen, please. Sarah, could you please tell his objective?
Thank you, Rico. Hope you can hear me okay. So
Hear you okay.
Yeah, okay, great. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. And good luck to Nini. Your topic is perfect for today's theme, so hope you enjoy your speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, so much. So over to you, Nini. Hierarchy of needs for social media. Nini.
Yeah, can I share the screen?
Yes, you can. Yeah, we can see your slides. Do you want to make it full screen? Perfect. We can see that.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, fellow Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to ask, how many of you have social media accounts? Or rather, how many of you have more than one social media account? Or how many of you ever posted every day in the social media accounts? I think the answer will be yes. Because we live in the social media world, and the social media became the integral part of our life. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. We born with it, we live with it, we eat with it, we walk with it, and we do whatever we do with the social media. Today, I would like to analyze the behavior of the social media user using a very popular model, which is a hierarchy of need, implemented by the Maslow, which is 80 years ago. At the time, the social media is not even implemented yet. According to Maslow, he identified that there is three main needs of the human behavior. So that based on our need, we are motivated and we do what we do. It started with the basic need, which is our daily essential, the food, clothes, and shelter. After you fulfill this need, it will be upgraded into the psychological need, which is you want to be being loved, belong to the society, and you want to accomplish. According to Maslow, if you fulfill these two needs, you want something more that you want to have a self-fulfillment. So I'm using this model to analyze why the social media are using the post based on their need. First, Maslow identified that we need the physiological need, which is our daily essential. We need to eat, we need to drink. On that stage, people are start posting about eating and eating again. Hashtag grateful, hashtag best restaurant. After this, our hunger is fulfilled. According to Maslow, we want something more. We want something safety, something like social safety net, which is in your life, you no need to worry about your work, your spending. And on this stage, we will be started posting about our work, our job. We have a job. And we have very easy life. We no need to worry about anything. And again, in the job, hashtag, you will start posting home sweet home, the job well done. And according to Maslow, what will happen? If you fulfill your basic need, you no need to worry about your food, and you no need to worry about your daily expenses. It will be upgraded to a more psychological need. We want to be being loved or belong into our society. On this stage, the social media user will be start posting about our loved one. We change our status to in the relationship. We will be posting about boyfriend or girlfriend, and then hashtag family time, hashtag engagement, hashtag wedding. So after we get boyfriends and the girlfriend, we being loved, and we want something more, and we want to accomplish something, or that is called like esteem need in our life. On that stage, we will be start posting about you achieve something important or with a new car. But for your information, this is not my car. I found it on the road and I find it attractive, and I just post it. And sometimes you will be start posting about going to the gym, and then hashtag you losing weight, hashtag new car, but for your information, it's not mine. And now we are fulfilling our basic need, our psychological need. And according to Maslow, we want something more. That is our self-fulfillment. It's called self-actualization need. On this stage, we will be start posting about the victory. We believe we can fly. And for my personal self-fulfillment is that I coming into Toastmaster, enough courage to come onto the stage and give the speech confidently in front of the very enthusiast audience like you all. And some more, I win the Best Speaker Award. You know, at the moment, it's the moment that you fulfill your self-fulfillment in your life. This one, you cannot change it with the $1 million deals or whatever you get in your life. Although the Maslow, his theory has been come up in 80 years ago, but he accurately predicted that our behavior, which will be reflected into our posts in the social media. But one thing that Maslow forget to mention is that our need is not like in a hierarchy in nature. I rather say that it is more on a circle and interconnected to each other. And ladies and gentlemen, social media is a very important part of our life. And I wish everybody happy posting, and thank you very much. Back to the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nini. What a wonderful speech with so much of information about needs, basic psychological self-fulfillment and self-actualization. And with that, you also talked about your Best Speaker Awards winning speech. Congratulations for that. And very insightful. Thank you so much, Nini. Thank you. Now we move on to our last speaker, last but not the least, with his pathway engaging humor level 1, icebreaker, special speech, first time ever. What led me here? Our next speaker will share about his experiences and about, what led him here. And our speaker's name is Pranay Arvind Suryavanshi. Welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Let me call upon your evaluator, Sumona Majumdar, to actually give us your project objective. Over to you, Sumona.
Hi, thank you, Rico. The purpose of the speech is for Pranay to introduce himself to the group, as well as to learn the basic structure of public speaking. Thank you. Good luck, Pranay.
So, Pranay, what led me here? Pranay Arvind Suryavanshi. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Have you all ever faced a moment when your future felt like a giant question mark? For me, that moment was in 2017, during my final year of law school. I was flipping through my textbooks late one night, trying to cram for the finals after a full day off, procrastination. As I stared at the pages of my textbook, a strange feeling crept over me. At first, I thought it was the fear of the exams, or perhaps it was the fear of my mom scolding me because of the mess I had left in the microwave. Then I realized, no, this fear ran much deeper. It was the fear of the future. I realized I was going to leave the safe space of school where I could get away with being an introvert lost in my own thoughts. I was going to enter the working world. I would now have to talk to people regularly. I would have to persuade and influence people. At that time, I struggled to even express myself, let alone persuade or influence others. I had spent most of my childhood glued to a computer screen, playing video games. As a result, my communication skills back then were practically non-existent. The more I thought about this problem, the more I envisioned the future, the more stress piled up. I knew that I had to do something. So after some searching, I stumbled across an organization called Toastmasters. At first, I thought it was a club for toaster recipes, and I was about to bring some bread to the club. But thankfully, I discovered that Toastmasters was so much more than bread. It was about speaking. And as luck would have it, my university had a club. So I decided to attend a meeting as a guest. Initially, I walked in expecting stiff, intimidating professionals. Instead, to my surprise, I found them to be the friendliest and most welcoming group of people. It felt like they were people from a different planet. Soon, I became hooked onto Toastmasters. It became my new addiction, just like how video games once were. The speeches, the evaluations, the roles, they all felt like levels in a game, and I was excited to level up. I threw myself into the program, and I completed 10 speeches under the old curriculum in no time. The results were pretty good. Before Toastmasters, I dreaded class presentations. After Toastmasters, I was actively volunteering for them. For the first time, I felt confident speaking in front of an audience. This was many years ago in 2019. Then I graduated. After I graduated, work became my priority and I stopped attending Toastmasters meetings. I thought that I had learned enough and that my speaking journey was over. Little did I know how wrong or what I was. Last year, in 2024, my boss dropped a bombshell on me. He told me that I had to start delivering courses and training sessions on the area of law that I do. This was necessary for my progression. Because of this, suddenly, I was thrust back into the world of public speaking. This time, I wasn't prepared at all and I'd completely forgotten how to speak in front of an audience. My primary audience for my monologues for the past few years had been my dog, and even my dog just yawns and falls asleep whenever I spoke at extended length. My dog is indeed a very tough crowd. As the days to my first course approached, my fear of public speaking returned. I prepared for days before my first course. I wrote detailed scripts for each slide. I rehearsed endlessly, and I tried to calm my nerves. But when the day arrived, everything went wrong. I couldn't set up the slides at the start. My voice and body was trembling as I began speaking, and I fumbled through my points and forgot the key details. Throughout the course, I could see many disappointed faces in the audience. I felt like I had wasted their time. After the course, I got some feedback. Unsurprisingly, my performance was one of the worst in the department's history. It was a huge embarrassment and I was crushed. I remember sitting at my desk after receiving the feedback and I replayed every mistake in my head. This experience also lit a fire in me. I knew that I could do better, and this was my wake-up call. So I went back to the one place that had helped me before, Toastmasters. Because of that, here I am today, standing before you, giving my first speech again on the new Pathways curriculum. I'm excited to continue this journey, and my goal is not just to become a better speaker, but to help others in their journey too. This time, I'll bring along my dog for the ride, because even he deserves to hear speeches that won't put him to sleep. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Pranay, on your sharing your journey, sharing your challenges, and actually valuing Toastmaster, which can actually play a huge role in your professional journey. Thank you so much, Pranay, for sharing your story. Thank you. Wonderful speech. So now may I invite the timer, please, to give us the timer's report. Do we have any disqualification, Kala? Any disqualification?
No, there's no disqualifications. Everyone's within timing. I have already sent in the group chat what the timings are.
Yep. Thank you so much, Kala. Thank you for that. Now, can we have the voting slide, please? So please vote for your best speaker of the night. Scan the QR code and please vote for your best speaker according to you. So now that we are going into a break, so we'll have a break of 7 minutes and then we come back after that. பரிணாமம் பிசக்கியது பெருடாமட்டம் அவள் கண்ணக்குழி கண்ணல் குழி கண்ணக்குழி இந்த கண்ணல் குழி விழுந்த காளைகள் தலையிறங்கிய தாரகை அந்த தாரகை நெடுக பொழிந்தது தருவும் வளமும் அழகும் விசும்ப நிலத்தில் மட்டும் நித்திய பௌர்ணமி என புலம்பும் துரிகையில் இறைந்த காரிகை காரகை காரகை தலையிறங்கிய தாரகை 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 எண்ணிரவின் நீளம் அறிய வைத்த கருமை கரையாத நீண்ட கண்கள் காக்க காக்க என என்னை கரைந்திட வைத்தவைகள் கண்கள் என்னை கரைந்திட வைத்தவைகள் இதுவரை வந்த பாதையில் கோதை தந்த போதையில் தந்த நிறுத்து நாசியில் ஏக்க பெருமூச்சு செலுத்தினேன் இனிமேல் வரை முதல் இறைந்த பாதை ஆபத்தான பாதை இது போதையில் பயணிக்காதே சிவப்பு நிறுத்து இதழ்கள் தீர்த்து நிறுத்தி கண்டித்தது அடித்த ஆர்வத்தில் பாதம் வரை பார்த்ததில் எழுந்த எண்ணங்களை தடுக்க கையெழுதவில்லை உயிரில் விளைந்த காரிகை தரையிறங்கிய தாரகை அந்த தாரகை திருமுகம் நோக்கி திரும்ப இவனே அழகின் உச்சம் நீதி மிச்சம் இல்லையனா முற்றுப்புள்ளியின் ஜாதையாக அவள் தாரையில் ஒரு மச்சம் காரிகை தலையிறங்கிய தாரகை இந்த அழகிய ஓவியத்தை வரைந்தவன் எவன் என நான் வியக்க அவள் புன்னகையில் புலப்பட்டது கடவுளின் கையொப்பம் துரிகையில் விளைந்த காரிகை தலையிறங்கிய தாரகை பார்த்தது வந்து குவியது முதலான பையன் பாதி நான் போகுது ரெசல்யூஷன் பத்தி ஏகப்பட்ட டிஸ்கஷன் நடக்குது All let us keep it simple like this புத்தாண்டு இந்த புத்தாண்டில் புத்தம்பது விடியலை புத்தம்பது விடியலை புத்துணவோட வரவேற்கும் தீர்மானம் தீட்டி வாழ்வோம் துணங்களை ஆண்டு புத்துணவோட வரவேற்கும் தீர்மானம் தீட்டி வாழ்வோம் New Year, let the happy be there forever in the topic. Hello, everybody. We are back from the break. Now
we're back.
We are back with Sahil. So now we are going to be moving to our next segment, which is table topics, impromptu speeches, wherein our Toastmaster for table topics, who is Sahil Sharma, is going to be leading this segment. And Sahil is he's going to be the host, and he loves to partake in this activity and hopes everyone today, so that everybody has fun, and he also has fun along with them. Right, Sahil?
Right.
Perfect. So over to you, Sahil. So, timer, may I just have the timer over here just to explain the timing sequence, please? Carla,
Yeah,
can you?
just now I accidentally explained it all. So now just repeat it quickly. It's 1 minute green, 1.5 minutes I'll raise yellow, and 2 minutes I'll raise red. Just take note that after the red, within 30, if it's after 30 seconds after the red, the speaker will be disqualified.
Perfect. Perfect. So over to you, Sahil. Take us through this exciting table topics segment. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. All right, so for everyone here, dear Mr. Preston, Vlad, Toastmasters, and guests, I am Sahil Sharma, will be your host for today's table topic session. Now, I'll explain how it'll work. You guys will need to raise your hands through the Zoom meeting means, if you will. And if you do, you may be called upon stage. Well, the virtual stage. When you are called upon the virtual stage, you will need to first tell us your name, which then Vlad will take a note of in this case. Second thing, you will need to pick a number. Upon picking a number, a question will be read out to you, or you can read the question yourself. And then whenever you're ready, you will need to begin the speech. I'll clarify a little on Kala's time thing. You will need to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and no more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds in order to qualify. 1 minute green. Now, today's table topics are all about building digital resilience. As you know, digital technology is the facialism of our future as we know it. It is of immense importance to us today, being salvacious for leisure, social interaction, and even education and careership. Now, these questions arrange every aspect of digital technology, the aspectualism, including regularity, adaptation, and even the use of the steps toward building digital resilience. Please participate if you are a guest here today. Now, I believe I made the partaking rules clear, so we'll hand it over to, we'll get the table topic session started now. Let me check. Let me quickly pick someone. Nikki, I'll have Nikki.
Okay, hello. Hi. Yeah.
I'm not in control of the slides. You need to press the slide forward so we can go onto the table topic.
Hi. Okay, so I want to choose number 5.
Sure, number 5.
Okay. What steps can individuals take to enhance
Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, well, yeah, I'll let the timer do it. Go ahead.
Okay, so what steps can individuals take to enhance their digital resilience? I think the first thing is that it depends on the individual and it depends on where they are in their current stage of their career. So for example, let's say if they are very tech savvy, then they need to continue learning coding and picking up the latest technology in generative AI, large language models, and so on. And if they are not a technology type of person, I think they need to speak to a business consultant, and the business consultant will give them a lot of solutions as to how to navigate the changing digital landscape. So as for me, I'm a technical person. I actually create large language models for investment analysis through the website headingtomars.com. And this is actually new technology that has been out in 2024. So actually, I was trained as an investment analyst, and then I pivoted to quantitative finance and data science. So there's a lot of retraining, a lot of like learning new skills. So I actually took up this government-sponsored subsidy course called Skills Future, which teaches you a lot of like AI and ML. But as for large language models, it's not covered by the government-sponsored course because it's a completely new technology. So you have to learn everything completely yourself. You have to read the documentation and understand everything. So I'm actually one of Meta's clients. So I actually use their Llama 3.1 server. So as for how you can navigate the changing digital landscape, I would say be very adaptable and be someone that is continually improving, be someone that's continually evolving, and you take your business to the next level, just like how my business is named Heading to Mars, because we are all heading to Mars. Thank you.
Elias, what is your number?
I just one.
Sure. Please, number one.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. Can you hear me and see me clearly before I start? Yes? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
We can't hear you. We cannot hear
We
you.
can hear you.
We can hear you, but it's very, very low. Maybe you if you could please come closer to the mic, it will help.
Okay, wait. Now clear?
Perfect.
Okay, I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, do you have Facebook? If you have Facebook, type Facebook on your Zoom chat here. Okay? Or you can just give me some motion here. Okay, good, thank you. I believe that Facebook is one of the oldest platform that most of us as a social media enthusiasts have it. When I was joined Facebook at that time, I didn't know what should I do. So I'm just treating Facebook like my diary. Dear Facebook, I'm fine today. I met a beautiful girl and I see her smile to me. And then there are some people are commenting on the Facebook wall. I was thinking, what's happening here? I thought it's just for me, but it's for everybody. At that time, I don't know what's happening. So people give me feedback about, oh, you are so romantic, you are so good, how treating the women around you, that you treat her like a lady. And at that time, I still don't have any clue. Who are they? They are totally strangers. Because Facebook have the algorithm that we can look at our friend and we can befriend a stranger. At that time, I only befriend my old friend or my school friend. But after this digital transformation, I choose the other part right now. I connect with strangers because I want to know people more. I want to learn about how they think, how they believe, what is their belief, and how they behave. And that's all how I can have this transformation in unexpected ways. Back to you.
Yes. Now, I believe I believe Syed is third.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Which question?
3 number.
Cool. Roll out the third question.
Sorry, which number?
Three.
Good evening to hello. Can I start?
Please.
Okay. Good evening everybody. Okay, today's topic is the time when I had, when I had to quickly adapt to a new digital tool or technology. Okay, I'm working as a software engineer. So, this thing is my usual thing, like whenever I join when I change my job, I require to adapt to new tools and technology every time. So, yes, I can say, uh, yeah, when I joined, I remember when I joined DBS Bank in my tenure. Yeah, there were so many tools. I mainly work on, I'm a data engineer, so my work, I was working on a data pipelines. And for that project, I was required to work on many tools, many new technologies I got to know. It was initially, it was difficult, but as we in office, in corporate world, we have colleagues, we have our seniors to teach us like how to handle, how to work on those tools, and to achieve our target. So yes, it was a easy experience, though it was tough and new for me, but with the help of people around me, my colleagues, my friends, I adapted to all the new technologies very well, like cloud technologies mainly. I was working on Cloudera, so I mean, mostly in our Toastmasters are, belonging to, I can say, like working on AI, ML things. So they might be aware, like CDSL tool is there. There are many things like Sparkula, Thea. In DVS Bank, actually, we were using all those technologies. Yes, I mean, we have to work on graphic flux. So yes, uh, that was a nice experience for me, and I adapted very well, and I proved myself at the end, delivered project, end-to-end project in DBS Bank when I was working. Thank you. Back to you, Sahil.
Sahil, are you around? Okay, I'm gonna pick the next speaker from the list. I think Sahil is probably having trouble. Okay, may I have a show of hands, please, so I can see Said, Venkat. Okay, Said, would you like to speak up? Over to you.
Hello, this is Sayyid Enamul Haq.
Yeah, what's your favorite number?
The favorite number is 9.
All right. Okay, yeah, I did some mistake. Let me click again. 9. All right, that's your topic.
What are the biggest challenges to maintaining a balance between technology? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Absolutely, loud and
Okay, thank you, sir. What are the biggest challenges to maintaining a balance between technology and personal well-being? We are facing some challenge every day, basically like that. The technology, basically, we have a smartphone in our home, and our children actually we cannot. You cannot remove them actually beyond the technology, beyond the smartphone. Basically, when we use a smartphone, they want to use that as well. And sometimes, basically, when we are asleep, midnight, actually, phone ring and some message comes up during the late night, and that's how actually it is sometimes difficult to maintain the personal well-being with the digital technology. But digital technology is the blessing for us because it has changed our work pattern a lot. Now we can do a lot of things with the help of the digital technology. Like I want to mention just one thing, which is the future, I think. And one of the speaker actually earlier mentioned about the artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence actually it will be the next for the for betterment of this world. And I think it will be the uh, uh, those people actually who can adopt themselves with this new technology, they will survive. If we cannot adopt it, if we cannot train ourselves with the regulation of artificial intelligence, I think those people will not survive in this uh, digital world. And basically, coming back to my point that how challenge it is to basically uh, how challenge it is bringing the balance between personal well-being and the digital transformation. Uh, Sometimes I feel it's very challenging, like what I mentioned before, that and it is challenging because sometimes we forget. Uh, now we are becoming a machine day by day. We have to get update all the time. What change may come uh, near future, and the technology is changing so fast, and uh, to actually work with the pace of this technology, we have to be very alert all the time. And sometimes this has become very challenging for us. And if we think about our the previous generation, actually who led a very comfortable life, there was no digital technology that time, but they had lived, they had passed a very good time. But now the world is changing so fast. We are living in a digital era, and all the time actually we are running for um, we're running for everything basically now. And I think it is the most challenging uh, challenge between balancing the digital transformation and personal well-being. And thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Said. That brings us to the end of table topic session. And I'm gonna share my slide. Let's hear from the timer.
there are 4 speakers and 2 speakers or 3 speakers are within time limit. And then 1 is out. So the first 3, Nikki, Elias, and Daya are within time limit, and Syed is he went over the time limit. Thank you.
Okay, just give me a moment. I'm gonna take a quick minute here to update the Mentimeter. Is anyone updating the Mentimeter? Can I check? If not,
I
then
don't think anybody is updating it.
Okay, I'll need a minute. Would you like to take over just for a minute? Or
Sure.
yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So now we go to the next speaker.
Oh yeah, we can do another speaker then.
Are we done now?
Now, if you want, we can do another one. By the time I'll update.
Okay, let's do one more.
Let's
Who
do-
else wants to do table topics?
I'm gonna bring up the slide.
Any volunteers?
In a quick moment.
Your chance to speak on stage. Okay, I see a few people's hands up. We have Wentuk. We have, yeah. You want to speak? Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the slides.
Okay, when?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Okay, great.
Now let's pick a number for you.
Okay, I will go with number 13, please.
13, lucky number 13. Let's see. Your question is, in a world driven by AI, how can humans stay relevant and empowered?
Okay, I'll start right now. So the question will be, in a world driven by AI, how can humans stay relevant and empowered? In the last especially 2 or 3 years, we've seen how fast AI has already, how fast AI has flourished from generating nonsensical matters, nonsensical images to actually providing us certain useful information. Now, sorry, can I have the question, please? I couldn't see the. Excuse me.
In a world driven by AI, how I need to see it to myself.
Excuse me, I need the slide. I just broke
1
it.
second here. I'm also.
I'll read it for you.
Yep.
The question is, in a world driven by AI, how can humans stay relevant and empowered?
Okay, how can humans stay relevant and empowered? So I was talking about how fast AI has flourished and how it went from creating nonsensical materials to actually something that helps us. It's now a tool, it's like a little pet. But for me, how can we stay empowered with AI? For me, what I feel is it is through responsible usage of AI. We can use it to aid our calculations, of course, or even use it to find anomalies, especially my job I work in, find my anomalies in the things I'm inspecting, and also to create new lines of code to ensure that your mathematical program runs smoother. AI is something, to me, it's like fire. It is a good servant, but it's a very bad master. We must understand that with the advent of AI, it is here to help us, it is here to guide us, but we should not use it as something to outcompete one another, something to spread hurtful misinformation. That is how to not feel empowered. AI should be here to help us. AI should be here to connect us further with AI should be here to give us some common ground in ensuring that our projects can run smoothly. We can use it appropriately and within acceptance. Thank you very much. Hello? Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Wayne. So now that concludes the table topics segment.
Vlad, we need 1 more minute. Shall we do 1 more?
1 more. All right, let's do 1 more.
Okay, give me a moment.
Anita, I think I see your hand up. Are you wanted to do table topics?
Give me a moment, yeah.
Yeah, happy to do, but if there's others who have not got a chance, I would probably want them to go.
I think we would give it to Edit because Edit has not spoken. So Sumitra.
Yes, give it to Edit.
Yes,
let's get started.
Actually, I'm happy to give it to Sumitra because I'm an evaluator, so I will have a chance to speak and she.
All right, guys, I'll be the one to decide. How about Sumitra?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. I will go with number 12.
Sure. I'm gonna pull up the slides.
I'm not able to see the slide.
Just a moment.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to click on present. And then I'll click on number 12 and you will see a topic now.
It's better to have, in order to stay safe, we need to have more of backups and also have more of safety measures like digital passports for people to access informations online so that there is no intruders. Apart from that, I feel things cannot be anymore in paper in the world. Everything has become digital. It looks like eventually even school students are going to use digital iPad or something instead of books. So backing up is a solution, but then we need to have a lot of memory space for that. We need to consider also of the fact that how hackers are using things to, like digitally have access to things that has to be protected. So things like that can be done with a bit more of protection, online protections. And as I said, digital passports will be good. Also, I feel AI can be also be helping in this case because it can actually create safest place than before. AI, instead of using it for arts and purpose, it can be used for creating a safer digital world. Also, it will help us to realize what type of threat we are coming across and find a solution for it. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, please help to vote for your favorite table topic speaker.
So what an exciting table topics section that we had just now. Now we move on to the evaluations section. So any disqualification from the timer? Can we just have a feedback from the timer?
Do you mean the disqualification for the table topics?
Yeah, any disqualification there?
Yeah, all are qualified except for Syed.
Okay, perfect. Noted. Thank you so much, Carla.
Thank you.
So now we move on to the evaluation section, which is primarily the evaluation for all the prepared speeches for the day, which will be, evaluated by a few of our expert members in TMCS. And they will be evaluating on the speech crafting, the storytelling, the body language, and the vocal variety. So that is what they are going to be doing. And they will be giving some constructive feedback to our speakers tonight. And from a timing sequence point of view, can we have Kala back on screen to tell us what is the timing sequence going to be?
Yeah, the individual evaluation should be within 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green. At 2.5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow, and at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red. After that, within 30 seconds, you need to complete your speech. If not, you'll be disqualified. But can I request for the others to lower your hands, because I'm not sure if the speakers are able to see my screen. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, a request to everybody, don't raise your hands because only Kala can raise the hands because she has to be on priority on the screen. So our next evaluator, our first evaluator, at the age of 15, she competed in Latin dances. It was such a big success that instead she ended up becoming a Toastmaster. Please welcome Irina Iusvili as the next evaluator. She's going to be evaluating Join Go's speech. Over to you, Irina.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Can we have Irina as a spotlight, please?
All right. Hello, good evening, everybody. It is my absolute honor to once again evaluate Join. Somebody that I'm very inspired by, as Join takes up on speeches on a very regular basis and makes sure she always shows up. One of the things that I loved most about this speech is how it started and ended on the same note. It started with a locker room scene setting, and it also ended with a locker room, which made such a nice tied up story that we could follow with all the details about leadership, which sets me to the second compliment that I would like to give to Joanne. It's the fact that she was on the topic. Very often when people take leadership assignment, they go off board and tell another stories. And here Joanne literally told us different styles of leadership and how she also is as a leader. So I'm complimenting Joe and you for being on the correct topic and delivering on it. And the first and the final one that I want to compliment is Joanne asked me this today to also pay attention to her voice modulation. I definitely want to compliment Joanne on doing it very successfully, as she used different voice modulation techniques when she, for example, was talking about Trump. She mimicked Trump to make America great again, and some other examples. And it was actually quite subtle voice modulations that I was closely paying attention, but it was very well done. So good job, Joanne, on that. I would like now to move to 2 improvement points to our lovely speaker. And the first thing that I would like to offer as a suggestion to include a personal story. Now, I know Joanne did include her story on her style of leadership. However, I would have personally loved to hear how she arrived to that leadership style. I'm sure she has a vast experience of stories that she could have shared. So I would have loved to know a little bit more specific story that she could have embedded in her speech. That's my first point. And the second point actually is a little bit of a challenge. As a very seasoned speaker, I would like to give a small challenge to our lovely Joanne to sprinkle humor in her speech and increase the amplitude of different speeches. And she's done so many so beautifully. I know she can do it. So, dear Joanne, I would like to give you this challenge for your next speech. But otherwise, lovely speech, vibrant energy on the topic with the beginning and intro, which was very engaging, and excellent voice modulation. So with a little bit of sprinkled humor and a little bit of personal history story, it would be even more elevated. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Irina.
Thank you, Irina.
For such a constructive evaluation. Thank you. And adding humor, which is such a strength of yours. So now our next evaluator is evaluation for Nadine Nached's speech, Sonali Bhattacharya. Our next evaluator is on a mission to empower others and on a journey to become an inspiring speaker and believes in learning from one another. Can we have Sonali Bhattacharya, please? Over to you, Sonali. Thank you.
Yeah, hi. I can't see Nadine.
Can we have Nadine there on the spotlight?
Congratulations, Nadine. That was an amazing delivery. And I'm sure the audience has connected with you very well. Do you remember how many audience? My question to you is, do you remember how many dishes Nadine had to wash?
25.
Yes, absolutely right. So you see, there you go, Nadine. You are a powerful speaker. We all know you speak really well. Your story was extremely relatable and your delivery was, again, brilliant. You expressed your emotions really well in the first half of your story. And so a couple of suggestions I would like to make more. I would like to spend more time on what you can do to take your speech from this level to that higher level. So this speech was on Toastmasters mentoring. And perhaps you could have introduced your mentor a bit early in your story and shared about how you went through that transformation, how you went through that change. It was not very specific. What you said, my mentor pushed me, my mentor uh, um, gave me the confidence and stretched me, pushed me out of my limits. Please, you can be more specific there instead of being generic. Like my mentor said, Nadine, you have to do this, otherwise you will regret. Or Nadine, I am there with you. I will help you to practice, something like that. And I know you are great at dialogues. You are extreme. You do that really well. I have heard you so many times. So that is one point. So the how the change and transformation happened so that the audience will also feel motivated. So that is what I'm trying to see, that how you can do. So maybe you can remember this for your next speech. Then the other thing is the call to action. Nadine, why will the audience take a step if they don't feel your pain? And you are so expressive. You do this beautifully. So go out there, express your emotions, that how you felt the pain, what made you made you change and change your mind. What was that turning point, the tipping point that made you change and take up public speaking? So the call to action, how will the audience react when you, why will the audience take the step? So maybe that is another thing you can remember. To sum up, remember the project you are doing, spend a bit more time with your mentor-mentee relationship and how that had changed you, more focus on that relationship, be specific. And overall, great speech. You are a powerful speaker, Nadine. Remember, your story was relatable, and it's been my privilege to evaluate you. Thank you very much. I look forward to your next speech. Yeah. Back to you, Master of the Evening.
Thank you so much, Sonali. What a constructive evaluation that you did of Nadine. Our next speaker is our next evaluator was tempted to cancel her role to avoid having to write her intro. But here she is, and taking on the task to offer feedback to one of the club's most talented speakers, Anita Nair. Our evaluator is Edith Ford. Can we have Edith back on screen, please? Welcome, Edith. Over to you.
Have you posted on social media and waited and got 0 likes? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and Anita. Anita, congratulations on delivering such a wonderful speech tonight. Many of us know you, and you are a very talented and confident speaker. In the next few minutes, I share a few things that you did really well, and it was very inspiring, and I will recommend 2 suggestions for improvement. When Anita started off her speech, she stepped in front of us with a beautiful, warm smile. That was her first connection with the audience, which is so important when we talk through the camera. She used her whole body and she was standing up, which is really wonderful because many of our speakers sit down, and it is always much better to speak when you have your whole chest open and able to talk. After starting with the question, when she already connected with an audience, she followed on and touched on people born before and after 2000, which helped us to engage, either knowing what she went through in her story, or she made an explanation so everybody felt, again, involved in her speech. What was really amazing, that during Anita's speech, somebody started to speak in the background, and I could see that on her face that she was struggling with it. But as a pro she is, she continued on without anything happening, and that was really, truly impressive. We are Toastmasters and we love everything in threes. And Anita really touched on this topic because she taught us an expression, FFAs, filters, fillers, and angles. So we all learned something today. Secondly, she told her story through 3 scenes. And not only 3 scenes, but she also had 3 people in her speech, which is not too many, not too little, it's just perfect. Where I felt that Anita could do better is, so first of all, we all know Anita, she goes on stage and has most amazing body language and tells the most amazing stories. When we are talking in front of a camera, there are 2 suggestions here. Either step back a little bit so we can see your whole body, or use less arm, because especially with the blurred background, you could see a lot of flying hands, and some of the hands were just in half because of the blur. And the second, you shared 3 scenes of your story. It was from the beginning, and then your scrambling, and then the experience and the outcome. I could have seen that you touch on 1 or 2 stories a bit deeper, tear more detail, so we can really envision how you went through this learning experience. But all in all, congratulations, yet another fantastic speech, and I'm looking forward to see you on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Edith, for that constructive evaluation of Anita. So now we have evaluation of Vinod Kumar Sambat, and Anjali Grover is going to be the evaluator. So what she says is that she, in her words, I do not have a funny bone like Churkim. I'm a straight woman and hence cannot make women jokes like he can. Further, Anjali adds, but I can be unintentionally hilarious and fun to be with. Who would you rather be with? No offense, Churkim. That's what Anjali says. So over to you, Anjali, and for the evaluation of Vinod Kumar Sambat. Thank you.
Thank you. I can't see the timer.
Can you see the timer now? No?
No, not yet.
So can we spotlight the timer for the time being? Can we spotlight the timer? Can you now see the timer?
Yeah, I can.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
All right. Getting deported? Well, almost. 5 people going to a new country, coming to the airport, filling up the visa form. They all get through, but then 2 get deported. What a close shave. Vinod, no wonder this story has left such an indelible mark in your memory. The fact that this experience is still alive in you was so clear, and it came out so vividly in your story. And that's what struck the most to me this evening with your speech. The excitement of 5 young people going to a new country on a new project with a missionary zeal. You know, we're going to show it to the world what we are, you know, that kind of a feeling, trying to move things faster, working very hard, motivated, and then to reward themselves for the hard work, going to beautiful Bali, coming back on Monday and getting back to work, business as usual. Wow, that was so much of energy and excitement that you built in the front half of the story. And it showed up. It was very confident. And like Anita, you were also standing up on the stage because you wanted to really express and tell the world your story. So well done for that. But then as the story climaxed, somehow the emotions kind of flattened. So when you came to the crux or the juice of the story, when your product manager came to say, guys, we are in trouble, we really need to leave now, that's where I felt the emotions were a little bit soft. You had a great opportunity there to bring out the vocal variety at that crux of the story. Related to that was the emotions that the situation created. We wanted to know what happened, what went through your mind when this news was broken to you that, you know, there is a visa problem. Oh my God, am I the one? Am I going to be deported? Or will I go to the jail? What happened to my career? You know, all that stuff. It would have been wonderful to know what happened in your mind. Now, number 3, what I would like to share with you is relatability to the audience. 80% of the audience here is Singaporean, and you know that they have the most coveted passport in the world. So they don't even need visa. Forget about trying to understand what kind of visa problems people like you and I can have. So how could you imagine that they would relate to your story? So always remember that your story has to be relatable. Last but not least, message. I would like to ask you, like, what was the message or the takeaway you wanted to give to the audience? So overall, a great, vividly expressed story. When the climax comes, you know, give it your best, take it to a high, and remember that the story has to be relatable and you have to leave the audience with a very strong and clear message. I look forward to your next attempt. All the best.
Thank you so much, Anjali. What a feedback. Relatability to the audience and the messaging. Fantastic evaluation. Thank you, Anjali, again. So now our next evaluator is evaluator for Sumitra Mohanraj, and evaluator is recently completed 2 years with TMCS. This new year, he aims to hone his evaluation skills by evaluating once every month. Please welcome Dhananjay Sharma to evaluate Sumitra Mohanraj's speech. Welcome. You're on mute. You're on mute, DJ.
Hello.
Audible.
Should I start?
Yes, please go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sumitra, for sharing your artistic pursuits. I personally am into a few art forms as well, and I know several people at TMCS who are doing one or the other art forms, and with a common one being public speaking. So from your very title slide, you had established a common ground with your audience that you're into art. Now, let's straight away get into the strengths of your speech. I would like to start by highlighting the clarity in the structure of your speech. You shared 3 art forms with us. I'm pretty sure a lot of people remember them: painting, Indian classical dance, music, and 4th one was public speaking, which we all are practicing here. Now, what I liked about your art form description was that with each description, you highlighted its role in how you cope up with your day-to-day life challenges using these art forms, which optometry could not do for you. So, and alongside, you shared a personal story about how you overcame the autoimmune disorder using dance as a therapy for yourself. That's commendable. That's a huge achievement for you, and you should be patting yourself on the back. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can learn a lot of things from that. Second is you introduced a humor tidbit in your speech by cracking and making a lot of 42-year-olds happy in your speech, because that's a tender age, right? That showed to me that you're willing to add or practice humor in your very second speech. And that's a telltale sign of a growth mindset. I love that. Third is the relevance of the speech with the online era, which was highlighted through your message of practicing Indian classical dancing in the through an online platform. I like that nugget because that is in relevance with the online nature of this meeting. And you also pointed out how such platforms have grown in the post-COVID era. Now, to hone your speech further, I would like to share 2 things. First is the improvement in direction. You started your speech by mentioning about these different art forms, etc. That's wonderful. but we don't really know why you're sharing those art forms in the first place. Maybe you could start by asking the audience, do you feel stressed? Would you like to know some ways to cope up with stress? Let me tell you. So something like that would be a nice introduction to help your audience follow along with yourself.
Sure.
Second is, in a public forum like Toastmasters, the vocal variety, the voice augmentation plays a huge role. So your tone became a little mundane after a while, which could be easily decorated with change in pace and volume. All in all, tonight we got to witness your storytelling skills. I personally witnessed it for the first time, and I look forward to seeing you more often. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, DJ, for such a constructive evaluation again. So now we move to the next evaluator for Nini Tun's speech. Sarah is an HR professional connecting data, people, and teams at work. At home, she's a mother to a 5-year-old who thinks sleep is optional. Excited to build more meaningful connection here with everyone at Toastmasters in the new year. Welcome, Sarah. Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. What more fitting a topic than social media for our theme of empowering digital resilience? Nini's clear and powerful delivery showed how a timeless theory still underpins the digital reality. How many of you have used social media? Nini started with a question as a hook that led us into his sharing. And besides his very strong voice and the clear articulation, I felt the highlight of your speech, Nini, is the totally unexpected and interesting linkage of the 80-year-old theory to the present reality we all live in. And you peeled layer by layer and linked each layer, each level, the needs as well as the social media content that we see today. What I also found really effective is your use of visual aids, and your slides show graphs and pictures that not only gave very lively examples from your own life, but also enable the use of humor when you inform us with disappointment that it was not your car. And it demonstrated your capability as a speaker for the online format. Now I'll move on to a little bit of tough love. It was not easy to think of suggestions. One is perhaps to consider giving examples of contrast. There's meeting needs, and perhaps there's also not meeting the needs. And you can give examples of both, which will allow you to really display more kinds of expressions and also vocal variety to engage the audience further. And then one idea to perhaps challenge you for consideration for the future is whether we can elevate the theme even further. So beyond the mapping of the social media content directly to the 5 levels of needs, can we dig a little bit further on what's behind? So for example, at the basic needs level, we all want to connect with each other. And then perhaps we move to the next level, we want to interact with other people. And by like putting on likes and so on and so forth. And then there's also the sense of validation that we get when we actually receive likes and get reposts and so on. And maybe we also move on to the next level of start sharing our purpose and values through social media and ultimately build real relationships and true community via the social media. So maybe there's another perspective you can consider in the future. So I really want to congratulate you in almost reaching the end of level 1 of visionary communications. And I'm really honored as a relatively new member of Toastmasters to share some feedback with you. Thank you for your very thought-provoking speech. And I also wish you all the agility and resilience like the snake, like the upcoming New Year of Snake, to navigate the Toastmaster pathways and achieve new heights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for
Thank
your
you.
thought-provoking evaluation, which was so constructive. Thank you so much. And the last evaluation of the day, our next evaluator has been a Toastmasters since mid last year. She has learned a lot from her experiences and looks forward to give back and help other speakers grow. Please welcome Sumona Majumdar, who is going to be evaluating Pranay Arvind Suryavanshi's speech. Can we have Sumona online, please? On the spotlight.
Hi, Rico. I think I just got logged off. Am I on again?
You are on, and you
And
have. Yep.
is
Can
it
we
my
have
turn? Yeah.
Simona? Can you please? Can somebody make her this? Give her the spotlight. Is she on spotlight? Okay, go ahead, Simona. Can we have this? Can we have Pranay Arvind also there on the screen?
Yep, I'm there.
Perfect. Can we give them both the spotlight, please? No worries, Simona. You can start
Should
the
I start?
evaluation. Yep, you go ahead.
Okay. Okay, great. All right. Good evening, everyone. So we're talking about a lawyer who has difficulty in public speaking. So Pranay, congratulations on your successful completion of the icebreaker. You have successfully introduced yourself to the team, and you have also completed a speech with great structure. So now for your evaluation, since you're already on the learning curve of Toastmasters, I'm going to give you an evaluation and 2 challenges. So since we're talking about learning curve, I'm going to use the word arch for your evaluation. So we're going to talk about ARCH, arch. First of all, A for analogy. Your speech had a lot of analogy in it. You started with that analogy about a gaming system that went very well with our topic for the day. And you talked about how, you started with that giant question mark, and then you were hiding behind the screen. And then once you started going to the Toastmasters club and you started learning how to emote and how to speak, and you had a lot of practice, then suddenly all these presentations became like levels in a game for you. So beautiful analogy. Keep going with using an analogy in your speeches. And then what you had in your speech was, it was very relatable. R for relatable. Now, why was your speech so relatable? You talked about being an introvert. Now, even the biggest extrovert is going to tell you how big an introvert they are. This is one of the most relatable words in the world. So this is something which connects you directly with everybody in the audience. And that was a great analogy to use. And then talking about hiding behind a screen helped you to further show your point in this digital format that we are talking about. So that was a beautiful analogy. It went with the theme, it went with the way that you're presenting, which is on the digital platform, and you hit the spot. Now, the 2 challenges for you, what you can improve upon in your next speech. First of all, C, ARCH, C for catchy. You used quite a few catchy phrases in and around your speech. You talked about something like bringing bread to Toastmasters. Beautiful term. You should stay with it more, emote, use the pause, change your voice so that people can actually catch on to that catchy phrase. The last one is humor. H for humor. You had sprinklings of humor throughout your entire speech. So go with that and end strong. Your ending about the bringing a dog to Toastmasters didn't quite hit well because, again, think about the medium. Now, you talked about gaming. You started with the analogy of gaming. So end with the analogy of gaming, and that would have made your speech perfect. But all in all, you have hit the spot. You are on your learning curve, or may I just say learning arch. Thank you.
Thank you, Simona. You too have hit the spot. Thank you so much with such an impactful evaluation which you just did. Now can we have the report from the timer? Is there any disqualification which is there from the evaluators?
There's no disqualification. So every one of them did within the timing and really used the 3 minutes really well. Yeah. So all well done. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kala. Can I now invite the R counter for today, Wang Chuk Wong, to report the R counter report
Okay.
briefly?
All right, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This will be the counter report. I was listening to all of your speeches. So I will just look out for a number of filler words like well, so, or repeats, and I will note down how many counts are there. As for the main speakers, there's a total of 7 of them. All of them are very, very good, very high quality speakers. I don't really see any R's or or wells, perhaps 1 or 2. This is okay. As for the table topics, we have Dyer and Syed having a little bit on the higher side, so I enjoy your speech as well, so kindly work on that a little bit. I also have a few R's and E's, well, I'm just evaluating myself, so yep, I got to work on that as well. As for the evaluators, the total of 7 of them, I audit really well. Each one has less than about 8 counts. So that will be the report for tonight. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you, Venkat. Such a detailed evaluation on our counter. Can we have the menti.com voting for evaluators, please? So friends, please scan the code and vote for your favorite and the best evaluator for tonight. So as we conclude our day, so what a day, what an evening it has been, with a theme of being digitally bold, which actually means stepping out of your comfort zone in online spaces. And like we already had a discussion that many of us have, and each time have gone through, nervousness or, technical glitches. But each time we push through, we build our confidence and turn the digital stage into an opportunity. So to help us understand what boldness and resilience is all about, as Toastmasters, these qualities are at the heart of what we do. Every speech we give, every role we take helps us develop these skills, both online as well as offline. And with this, what a wonderful speech there has been by all the prepared speeches, the evaluation by some of the best that we have in Singapore, I would say, and amazing table topics by some of the people who really went out of the comfort zone, showing their digital boldness and resilience. So may I now invite to on the screen our president, Mr. Vlad Tapia, for the closing remarks and the awards ceremony, please.
Thank you, Rico. Appreciate it. First off, I want to start off by taking a moment for all of us just to say thank you to Rico for taking on this. He did an excellent job. He really brought energy, and this is a tough type of meeting to bring energy to and get people enthusiastic about. So thank you for that. You've been doing an excellent job. You really have grown to another level. So really love seeing that. I also want to say thank you to all the evaluators, speakers, role holders. It started a bit rough because we changed the account, but you guys picked it up. No one panicked and everything went fine. Thank you also for Chandra for leading the SAA and being the Zoom master for this meeting. One thing I want to highlight here is every time I go to these meetings, and I've been at TMCS for 4 years, and I go to other clubs and I listen to their meetings. Really, we do have Singapore's best evaluators. What the talent that we have here is there's something in the culture of this club that's been going on for years that has just brought people's A game when it comes to evaluations. And this is not common in all Toastmasters clubs. You go to the clubs, you won't hear this level like you hear here. So I just want to thank you, everybody, all evaluators, for tonight's performance. And with that, let's get started with the club announcements. So Chander, if you could put on the slides. Thank you. All right, so we start with this one, the last one. Thank you. So first thing I want to do, all the people that are guests here, if you're new to our club, I suggest that you scan this QR code here and you connect to our WhatsApp group, because that's gonna have to keep in touch. How you're gonna keep in touch with everything that's going on. So scan that QR code. I'll give you a few seconds here so you can stay connected with us and you can hear about what we're doing. We are an in-person club and we do an online meeting once every couple of months. So we'll let you know when the next one is there. Next slide, please. Also, I recommend to get connected on LinkedIn and Instagram. Instagram will really showcase our members' achievements. So if you're a member and you're not there yet, you're missing out on potentially seeing yourself, your post there. So I highly recommend that all members scan for Instagram, check out, follow our page, and also for LinkedIn. Next, please. And last but not least is our YouTube page. We now have a really cool promo video that we've had our photographer Jackie make, and now we're going to start loading beginning during the Chinese New Year. We're going to start loading some new videos content there. So highly recommend that there, because you're going to learn from the best, because our best speakers, best evaluators, we put their videos there. So, next, please. Now I want to celebrate also what we have done in the last week. There was a lot going on last week, and I'll just mention two items. One is the well-being workshop with Angelique Grover. That was this past Saturday in the morning, and we had 16 people attend. It was quite successful, and Angelique brought us a lot of new insight. We did some yoga, as you see in the photos, and yes, it was very informative. Thank you, Angelique, in case she's still here. Next one is that we had Story Slam on Thursday. We had 14 people show up, and not only that, we had Irina and Leslie perform there, and they did excellent. And not only that, from there, Anna Ong has verbally agreed that she's gonna come to our club and do a workshop for us sometime in April. So stay tuned for that. Next, please. Now we got the upcoming events. So I'm going to do for February. All right. So here, because we have quite a few Exco people here, and I want to make sure everybody's aware, it's a Thursday, February 6th. We have a mandatory meeting that we have to have, and that's going to be also social. It's going to be a choral. It's going to be an evening, February 6th. So that's that there. Our next chapter meeting is going to be for members is going to be on February 3rd. It's going to be CNY theme. So please wear red for that. Afterwards, we're going to have on the 10th, a workshop with Yo and Go. I'm going to show a slide for that in a little bit. And then we're going to have another workshop on the 17th with Christian Chua, which is your body talks. It's going to be about body language. And then the last one is going to have a workshop with Irina Ishvili on February 24th. So February is going to be full of workshops. That's going to be action-packed. We're going to have on February 14th for everybody, it's a Valentine's Day, but whoever's has something to do, doesn't have a date to go on, we're organizing a potluck at Corals February 14. Just come out. It's nothing about dating. It's just about spending time together for members. So that's going to be on February 14. We're going to send more details. And then we're going to have the area contest on the 23rd of February. So please come to support our members. It's free. So we'll send more details on that as soon as we get them. And last but not least, it's going to be Ernest Chang, Human Library on February 13. So next slide, please. So here's the workshop with, this is the February 3rd Chinese New Year's theme chapter meeting. Next, please. Then we're going to have here about creating your vision. Is Jo in here? Is she still on the meeting? If
yes,
not,
I'm here.
Yes. Do you want to give a few words about your workshop?
Yep, no problem. Thanks for the airtime. So hello, everyone. I have been a Toastmaster with TMCS for the past 4 years. And this is the first time I'm going to do this workshop, and I'm very excited because This workshop is essentially building a vision board. And this is going to be a hands-on workshop where each of you will take away from the workshop your own personalized vision board. So for those of you who haven't done it before, this would be a very interesting exercise. And those of you who have done it in the past, this is a good moment to refresh your vision board as well, just for this year or in the following years ahead. Now, people may ask, what is it? What is a vision board? Essentially, what you visualize becomes a reality. And I myself have started doing vision boards since 2010, after I was introduced to it. As you can see in this poster, thank you, Lynn, for doing up so nicely. This little map that you see on the right side is actually my vision board from 2019, where I dreamt of being a speaker. And then today I'm on track to become a professional speaker, I would say. And this is because I had visualized it for previous years. So I'd like to bring this dream of vision for you guys as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Joanne. Sorry, before you could actually ever achieve any of your goals, you have to be able to envision them. So this workshop will help you with that. Next, please. So then we have the Human Library on February 13th with Ernest Chang. We're going to have our host, Lynn Tran, who's making these lovely posters. Is going to be the host of that. It's going to be first time hosting. So stay tuned for more of that. And then next, please. And this is about why to join our club. So we're going to have lots of engaging workshops in February. Get to speak on stage, get opportunities to also speak on other stages like we had Story Slam. And then we have a very supportive community, memorable social events. And there's going to be more events coming in March I'm going to mention, which is going to be one with collaboration with APS. Next, please. So now we are going to go to the award presentation. Hope everybody's excited. So the first award we have is Icebreaker to Pranay. Congratulations. Are you still here in the building?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So do a photo. Congratulations on that. How does it feel?
It feels good to finally do it. It's been quite a while since I joined the club.
Yeah, it's been a few years, he says. So good that you got started again. So
yeah, thank
you.
Who's
a photographer? Yeah, my pleasure. Who's a photographer?
I am the one. I did it already. I took it already.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. And the next one we have is, we have now a runner for table topics, is it? Yes, I believe. So best table topics runner-up is Daya. Congratulations, Daya. Is Daya still in the building? Yes.
Thank you, La.
There you go. Yes. Congratulations, Daya. I think it's your first time winning an award, so good stuff. Growing already. Take a photo. Yeah, you were very shy last time we spoke. Now you're up. And now the winner for table topics for January 27th is Nikki and Wentuk. So we have double winner. Congrats, guys. So we'll have both of you guys. You're there. We'll take a photo.
I took the photos.
Perfect. Okay, you're very quick. Thank you. Congratulations.
Can you please turn on your camera so that I can put you on the spotlight?
I couldn't actually take with the spotlight of them because many of them they didn't like the previous photo. I couldn't take with them. Only Pranay I could take.
I see. Okay, so if Wentuk's there, so we could do a photo with him. You could spotlight him, and yeah, I think it's good. All right, let's go to the next one, which is now the runner-up for best evaluator, Simona. Congratulations, Simona, and I know she's here, so you could take a photo of her and spotlight her.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was very well delivered. You stepped up the game. Yes, well, it was very good. You're really gone up. And you started your first speech online as well. Back, I think it was in July. So now,
yes, it was.
Yes.
Thanks. Thanks, Vlad.
Yeah, good job. And now for the winner of Best Evaluator for 2027, it is Edit Ford. Congratulations, Edit. Edit, fun fact about Edit, she did her first Toastmasters judge performance on Wednesday at JP Morgan, did a great job. So now she's able to value next level. So congratulations, Edit.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy.
And now we're gonna go to the runner-up best speaker, and that is Nadine and Anita. Congratulations. So I'm gonna do a drum roll for the last one since we're not doing it so far. So Nadine, Anita, if you guys are there, yes. So Sumitra, just tell us when it's finished the photo and then we know.
Yeah, I'm done with the photo, but they are not spotlighted actually. I can see only you there.
Okay. Maybe I think Lynn.
And Anita.
You got them now?
Now I can see 3 of you on the screen already.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go to congratulations, guys. So double runner-ups. Before we say the winner, now we're gonna do a drum roll. To put anticipation, the winner for best speaker for January 27th is another round, Nick. Congratulations. It's your second time winning best speaker, am I correct?
Thank you very much, everyone, for voting me.
Great speech.
Yeah, second one that I win. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're excited. So take a photo just to remember the moment. And yeah, the photo's been taken. So
yes, taken.
Yes. Well, couple of words, Nick. Tell us about how it feels now. Now that you got the first one. The first one, it probably gave some motivation to you. I felt at least. Anything you want to say about this one here today?
Yeah, what I mentioned about today's speech, that we are motivated by need, but we fulfill the business need, psychological need, but when you get this title award, it's really a fulfilling moment for me, and it's encouraged me to try hard again and get onto the stage, and I will deliver the speech confidently. Thank you very much. Thank you, Toastmaster. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your words.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Love to Nick. Let's give some love to Nick. And now, before we get off, I just want to wish everybody, since we're a Singapore club, I want to wish everybody a great, happy Chinese New Year's. It's going to be tomorrow, and I wish you guys have spent your time with your family and friends, and it goes very well. And we look forward to seeing you at TMCS on February 3rd for our theme event. So thank you, everybody, for participating today, and I wish you a great evening. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Happy Chinese New Year in advance.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Happy Chinese New Year.
Chander, if you could finish the recording. I think Chander's recording it, right?